Blind Children's Center is a very, very special place. It's a place of love and nurturing, but sometimes people may wonder gosh, this is just a preschool. I mean, how much of a role does going to preschool actually have in the broader aspect of preparing for life?
Early intervention is the key. It's very different when we see a baby that comes in at months old versus a child that comes in at 3, 4 years old, because there are ingrained habits there that are very difficult to shift. There are more behavioral problems. Development is significantly more delayed. Parental depression is also extended for a much longer amount of time.
Some of our kids here at the Blind Children's Center, they're touch-averse. You can't hold a blind child without them screaming. You can't put their hands on anything without them screaming. I've seen kids, if you turn the sink on and water runs, they scream. If you turn the light switch on, they scream.
It's really hard to go to a birthday party and have your child make a horrible scene in front of the entire family and friends, and so you start doing that less and less and less.
So now you start to imagine what parents are going through emotionally when all this is happening.
There can often be a crashing down of disappointment, of shock, and sometimes even depression.
It was just devastating. We didn't know anyone around us that had a disability.
Now that's painful enough for a parent, but for the child who's needing the connection with an open, available parent, that can be devastating.
You really want to be able to work with that parent to express those emotions that they need to get beyond in order to be there 100% for their child. You know, if the parents had information from the get-go, lots of experiences are open and normal and joyful. Early intervention not only provides the child with the opportunity to grow and maximize their potential, but it provides the parent with the opportunity for both the parent and the child to grow together. In normal child development, a child is almost constantly being given information from their environment. Back and forth visual information actually influences brain development.
Helen Keller could not see, she could not hear, but she had a brain ready to connect. But because of these impairments in sensory input, the usual channels were not available to her. Her teacher was having her feel the water with her fingers and feel the sound water. She was able to then realize there was a shared meaning. That was a moment when she became alive. And it's that kind of experience of shared meaning that we really want to give any child.
If a parent is not aware of the importance of continuing to provide that information that would have been taken in visually in another way, we're actually depriving a child from building up some of that brain potential.
The questions that our staff face here to begin to socialize and integrate kids is profound.
One of the areas of greatest concern in the vision field is social skills.
I have seen very competent blind students who get to be teenagers who can't make friends. They don't learn the social skills by watching other people. They have to be taught.
Schools will use an inclusive setting at times, and you might remember this from your own school experiences. There's one child with a disability included into a regular classroom, and talk about a feeling of overwhelm and isolation, to be the only different one. We do it very differently. We have inclusion where we have 50% of our children who are blind or visually impaired, 50% of our children who are typical.
We're just absolutely amazed that some of these kids had little or no vision, and the way they were playing and interacting with their peers and teachers. It gave us so much hope to see these kids being normal kids.
Being with children their own age helps them have normal language models. So what we're doing is we're working with them in an ambiance that really helps them understand what are the normal social cues and how do you appropriately respond to that.
Programs that help support relationships will help those kids develop resilience. They'll help them be self-confident. They'll give them the social skills they need to make it in the world.
When I think about my life and to think about how things could have been different or would have been different if I didn't come to the Blind Children's Center first before going to public school, I keep thinking, gosh, it would have been a lot more difficult. I was able to know that there were people who cared about me, who accepted me as being visually impaired, and who knew that I could grow up to be anything I wanted to be.
There you go.
Can my Baba Black Sheep?
Baba Black Sheep, have you any room? Yes, sir, yes.
Work done here is the single most important statement for blind children made on earth.
People come from around the world to observe our program, to be able to try and duplicate it. We are a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Families walk in the door with broken hearts and broken spirits, and just, you see them leave with wings. They're flying.
Very good. Ya vino mami, ya vino mami.
Miracles and success happen here every single day.